Hey, yo, check this out. For the first time ever in my life, I'm a published author. Here it is, Pain Into Purpose, right here. The link is going to be posted below, man. I want y'all to go out and cop this. This is my work, my story, real time. Y'all gonna learn how I've been able to turn my pain into my purpose. Y'all gonna learn about the REACT model of how I've been able to go from resiliency, emotion, activity, connection, transition. And y'all gonna learn about my beautiful pain, my beautiful struggle, and how I've been able to get to this point in my life. Pain and a purpose, man. Please go out there, support, cop this, link below, and let me know what you think. When you click play on the Pain Into Purpose podcast, you're going to hear real stories from real people in real time. There's going to be a genuine conversation about what these people are going through, how they're navigating their process as far as like the pain that they're going through or went through, how they may be able to get to the next phase out of that by the application of the REACT model. Yo, Jonathan Reed's back here, episode number 4 on Pain Into Purpose. Sorry, long day, excuse me. But we're here with a very special guest, someone I've been tracking down for 2 years. Yes, I'm going to say that. She's laughing right now. You just put me on blast. Yes, I did. But I wanted her on here because I think people need to hear her story, and I think she's a dope human, man. She trains freakishly hard. My clients adore her. A lot of people adore her in the sport, man, but she'll tell you her side of the story. Miss Amanda, welcome to Pain Into Purpose.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Listen, you make me feel like I don't train hard. I'll just tell you what it is. Some of the stuff you do on your leg days is crazy, but that's the bodybuilding side of you. So outside of bodybuilding, who is Amanda?
Amanda is a sister, a friend, a safe space. That is something that I very much value, is creating safe space for others and being that for the people in my life.
Okay.
Being some place that they can trust with vulnerability, with information, with authenticity. I am definitely a lover. I have a hard shell, but a very, very soft center. I'm very protective of the people that I love and that I care about. And I will give you the shirt off my back and go to the ends of earth for whatever you need, as a friend, as a partner, as a literally anything.
That's dope. What does that safe space mean to you?
It's just a sense of trust. A person trusts me to be their most authentic self, whatever that is. If it's fallen apart emotionally or on top of the world, you can be yourself at all times without feeling judged, without feeling like I'm running around telling people behind your back.
Facts.
I'm someone who's, I'm a tough love. I will tell you straight up when you're messing up, but I'll also give you a soft hug when you need it. So it's something that takes many different forms, but I think it's a skill that I definitely hold as an individual, and I very much value that.
Like a lot of flexibility in that tough love, girl. Listen.
You have to. I mean, as a coach, you got to know when to be their friend and when to not. You got to create that relationship, and it's hard to turn that off. That switch of hats.
Gotcha.
When it comes to like personal life.
Hey, yo, check this out. For the first time ever in my life, I'm a published author. Here it is, Pain Into Purpose, right here. The link is going to be posted below, man. I want y'all to go out and cop this. This is my work, my story, real time. Y'all gonna learn how I've been able to turn my pain into my purpose. Y'all gonna learn about the REACT model of how I've been able to go from resiliency, emotion, activity, connection, transition. And y'all gonna learn about my beautiful pain, my beautiful struggle, and how I've been able to get to this point in my life. Pain and a purpose, man. Please go out there, support, cop this, link below, and let me know what you think.
It's just somebody that I've always been. I've just always been that person that just... Like when someone got hurt on the field, I was there trying to help you.
There you go.
When there was stuff going down in the house, I was running trying to protect people. I was just like, I guess, forgive me for having a better term, but Captain Save-A-Hose, this is day one.
Look, we all need somebody to save somebody. That's just how it works. But you are a IFBB Pro in wellness.
Yes.
Congratulations. I don't
Thank
think
you.
that gets enough kudos outside of that realm.
Thank you.
So, who are you inside of bodybuilding?
When it comes to me as an athlete,
Yes.
I am very much like a soldier. I will follow direction. I will do whatever it takes. I will go until I literally have nothing left to give and then figure out how to give some more. I mean, my knees are super jacked up and I'm still training like a monster. You know, like I will literally take a machete through the jungle and find my own path.
Sheesh. I've heard you talk about your knees a lot. What happened? I'm sorry.
Okay. So I've had four knee surgeries, I think. Yeah, 4. When I was in 8th grade, I had my first reconstructive surgery on my left knee. I played competitive softball.
Okay.
So I got taken out in a game. The girl elbowed my knee out of place while I was sprinting down the line.
My knee is twitching.
Man, so I went through physical therapy for like 2 years, and it just kept dislocating when I was playing. So they told me I needed to have this surgery in order to be a regular person. They didn't, like, not even on a sports term, just for me to have a normal life. The surgeon said I needed this surgery. So, you know, I had it.
Wow.
I had the same surgery a year later on my right leg. I got taken out in a game again. This girl did a pop-up slide on my back leg and pushed my knee out when I was stretched out for a force.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty aggressive. So my knee actually popped back in, and I was told that the coach told the girl to try and take me out. So I was pissed. So I actually went and finished the inning. I went back to shortstop after dislocating my knee. I even hit. And then when I hit, I flew out to left field for an RBI, and the bat slipped out of my hand and knocked my knee out again. And so my dad was like, no, we're going home. We're out of here.
Wow.
So I had 2 reconstructive surgeries by the time I was 14. I had a full ride scholarship to Nevada University, Reno. I played softball. And in my collegiate career, I had 2 more knee surgeries. Yes.
Wow.
So I had 2 more on my left. I had some bone spurs that I broke off. Became like icicles, and I broke off major like chunks of cartilage, and they were floating around in my knee. So I had to have a full clean out. And then when they went in there, they saw that there was a bunch of other damage. And they told me that I was never meant to be a competitive athlete after having that dramatic of a surgery.
Wow.
I was homeschooled for months. I had to relearn how to walk both times. I couldn't move my leg on my own. Like, I had to do everything from scratch. I had a morphine pump blocking the nerve in my leg for a while, so it just felt like jello. And I had a full ride scholarship somehow, you know, so they were telling me I should have never been a competitive athlete. I should have just been normal, regular person, just a everyday schmo, I guess.
Wow.
So then I graduated college, and I could barely walk in the sand at the beach without having issues. I couldn't wear high heels without my knees being swollen for days. I was just like struggling
Right.
severely. And that's when I found bodybuilding. It was a sport that I could play that didn't need a number with weights, like powerlifting, right? I didn't have to perform at a certain level,
Right.
technically, right? I just had to build my physique. I could build my physique anyway. It doesn't have to be, you know, how he does it or she does it. I could do it my own way and get to the same space. It might take longer, but I could do it. And the mental challenge that I experienced getting into this sport was just so much greater than I've ever experienced in my life as I don't want to say regular athlete, but playing softball as opposed to bodybuilding, right?
Right.
The mental challenge is so different. And it's just me, and it's on me as opposed to a team. You know, you get daddy ball, you get politics, you piss off the coach, you don't play. Now, when I step on stage, my results are a direct reflection of me, my hard work. No one can take credit for that. You can have the greatest coach in the world, but that don't mean shit.
You
That don't
gotta
mean
do
shit
it.
if you can't follow the fucking protocol.
You got to do what you got to do.
It don't mean shit if you can't work hard, if you don't push when no one's looking. Like, none of that shit means anything.
Right.
And growing up for me, I had club sports, high school sports, 2 batting instructors, infield training, conditioning training twice a week for my club
you
team.
was lit in softball.
I had no
Okay.
life. I literally had no life. I was an athlete. That's all I knew.
Right.
That's it. And so I turned pro in 2020. And 2022, I tore my meniscus in 2 places in my left knee.
Yo.
And
Your
I chose not
knees
to have
are-
surgery.
You
And
still haven't had
that's-
surgery?
No, that was 3 years ago now, or 4 years ago
Okay.
at this point. They said that it would heal on its own. It would just obviously take longer. It took me 3 years to get back to like full speed. I'm actually better now than I was before then. But
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I've had so much trauma there. If you're not going to replace the whole fucking thing, don't touch it.
So, hold on. Total reconstruction. I've talked to you about this. And the way I handled that was crazy. Like, so I'm sitting here listening to you like, okay, that's major trauma, major setbacks in various stages of life. But somehow you've been able to come out of that, turn pro as a professional athlete. My question to you would be, where did you find the resiliency and the strength through all those setbacks to become a professional athlete? That's not a small task, especially in bodybuilding. It's really not.
I don't think I had a choice. In my head, it was either survive or die. Like, there's been so many places where I was so low, I tried to kill myself. I tried to go there because of things that I experienced aside of sports.
Okay.
In a traumatic way, you know? So it was literally grow and evolve or die.
Wow.
You choose who you want to be and you work your ass off to become that person. Or you can sit there and look in the mirror and hate your reflection every time. It was at a point where I couldn't tell myself that I was beautiful without feeling uncomfortable. I couldn't look myself in the eye without feeling uncomfortable, without being embarrassed or disgusted with the reflection because of things that I went through in my life. Mm-hmm. And bodybuilding for me showed me how to show up for myself on my own terms because I said so. Not because someone abused me, not because someone forced me to do this, not because someone made me feel like shit about myself. Like, no, I'm great on my own terms. And that became so powerful for me to take my life back because I said so. And I created it in a way that I feel proud. Not that other people like what I do, because that's not getting support from people in my life. It doesn't happen like that. Not as you think. I've been competing for 8 years and I just barely got the support I've always wanted from my family and friends.
Wow.
You know, so this was something that was for me on my terms because I said so.
You talk about the space of being down emotionally. When did you become self-aware of that to be able to try to pull yourself out of that?
You know, it was just something that I just kind of got tired of my own shit. Like, I genuinely believe that when you're in seasons of elevation, that God will clean house. And there's people or things or, I guess that's just it. People or things that may be removed that you didn't think were going to be a part of the cleaning of the house. And it's up to you to be obedient and to have the faith that things will work out. Now, for me, I'm extremely stubborn. And it took a lot of pain for me to move. God had to make me very, 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 very uncomfortable for me to move because I refused. Now, that comes from finally evolving from the trauma I experienced.
Okay.
And not being in victim mode anymore, and understanding the role that I played in the direction of my life went. And if I want to be the best version of me and someone that I'm proud of, I need to do the work. I need to do the work here internally, because there was times where I isolated for quite some time and I felt like I was healed. And the next thing you know, I tried to do, go back into life and experience life. And then next thing I'm triggered like all the time because I didn't fucking heal. I didn't do the work. I just removed the triggers and then wasn't bothered by them anymore and thought that there was just, okay, life is great.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people like to isolate because it hides them from whatever that's going on.
Right. You don't have to have someone, there's no exterior accountability for your behavior. No one is going to hold you accountable if no one's around to see you. Just like some bodybuilders like to eat their cheat meals in solidarity because no one can see them eating it.
I was a victim of that.
I enjoy eating by myself, but it's, if no one sees it, then no one knows.
Right.
And if no one calls you out on your shit, then why does it matter? It doesn't bother anybody. Why do I need to change? I'm happy. I'm comfortable. But when you start going outside, you start to notice that you really got some things to work on. And you could be angry about those things you need to work on, or you can be humble about it and understand that this is where I need to go. The discomfort is the direction of growth. God places conviction on our heart and makes us uncomfortable in the places that he wants us to work on. We're not perfect individuals, but he will have a different journey for each person. And where you feel conviction in your day-to-day life is exactly where you need to go for the growth.
Gotcha.
But people won't look at that discomfort. I don't like it. I'm not going to go there. Oh, she pisses me off. Cut him off. That person, done. But as my pastor put it, we end up with all these tree stumps in like a graveyard of just all these things that you just cut off and didn't deal with.
They still there.
They're still there.
Yeah.
And you drag them around to the next situation, relationship, job, friendship. It don't matter. You pull that shit around like it's 50 bricks.
That's heavy. That is heavy.
And we all dragging something behind,
The baggage, right?
The baggage is crazy. Everybody's got baggage, though. It's just.
Hey, yo, check this out. For the first time ever in my life, I'm a published author. Here it is, Pain Into Purpose, right here. The link is going to be posted below, man. I want y'all to go out and cop this. This is my work, my story, real time. Y'all gonna learn how I've been able to turn my pain into my purpose. Y'all gonna learn about the REACT model of how I've been able to go from resiliency, emotion, activity, connection, transition. And y'all gonna learn about my beautiful pain, my beautiful struggle, and how I've been able to get to this point in my life. Pain and a purpose, man. Please go out there, support, cop this, link below, and let me know what you think.
But you get to a point where you're too old to be playing them games of like, oh, well, this is what happened when I was a kid. Like, bro, we 30 and above. You deal with that shit. It's up to you. You can't keep using that as an excuse for why you're a piece of shit human being.
Facts. So where are you at emotionally these days? Besides hungry and tired. She's 2 weeks out, sorry. Where are you at emotionally these days?
I'm genuinely at peace. This is a prep where I just feel very connected with myself.
Nice.
I'm showing up in ways that I'm proud of when I'm exhausted. I'm not snapping at people because I'm tired. Like, I chose this. I chose to compete. So the things that come with competing are up to me to handle. And that's on me. I can't just snap at people because I'm hungry or because I'm angry. Like, if I'm stuck in an emotion, it's up to me to shift.
Right.
And this morning, I was pissed. I'm like screaming at in the car, pissed. And I had clients 15 minutes later. Like, I can't just go in there and start being an asshole to them because I'm having a bad day. Like,
right.
It's not their fault. So it's up to me to shift because I have a job to do. And like I said, I chose this.
Do you see that as a common theme in our sport?
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people are like, woe is me, and very selfish. This is a very selfish sport, but it gets taken to a different level than it should be at.
Talk about that.
You have to eat your meals. You got to train. You got to do cardio. You still have to be a friend, a brother, a father, a sister, mother, whatever your role is. You have multiple roles. Those roles don't just stop. So understanding that you took this on, knowing it was going to be hard, You then gonna throw a fit like a child because it's harder than you expected. Mm-hmm. You know, we're trying to be among the 1% in the world. That's not easy to do. And that's gonna require versions of you that you didn't think that you had to step into. You know? And so there's difficulty in being able to step into that way. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are not willing to be uncomfortable long enough to see the end of the tunnel, you know. But
that tunnel gets dark, boy.
it does get dark. It does. Your body dysmorphia is crazy. Like, it shifts hour to hour. I wake up feeling shredded, and then I'm like, I got a thigh gap. Oh my God, I'm skinny. And then I go and work out, and I'm like, whoa, I got these big ass legs. You know, like literally hour to hour.
Yes.
The roller coaster like this is like insane. So treating it like a major science experiment. Just collect data. What are you feeling like when I'm starting to notice I'm getting irritable? I'm probably hungry, so let's eat.
Right.
You know? And then, oh, well, I don't have microwave. I don't have this. Okay, I'm going to eat it cold. Or I'm going to pull up to a 7-Eleven gas station. I don't care. I'm going to find a way.
Yeah.
If this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm going to make it happen.
I think that's the major difference between someone who has experience in the sport versus someone who may be trying to get into it or maybe are just fresh into it, where it's just like the lifestyle clients. It's like, oh, I can't do this because I don't have this, or I can't do this, I have that. Versus we take on that mantra, that mentality of whatever needs to be done needs to be done. Like, whether I eat cold food at least 3 times a week, just because of the nature of my job. Like, I have to. Like,
Don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice. And it's just one of those things. And it goes back to what you said, like how you've evolved and became who you are. Like, you felt like you didn't have a choice. It was survival. So I think they go hand in hand. There's a parallel to that. So I think that's pretty dope. But you mentioned finding bodybuilding. Through all the trauma and pain and everything that you've been through, crazy knee surgeries, what has bodybuilding done for you to overcome those things or help you evolve? Like, what has it done for you?
Excuse me. It's turned me into a possibilitarian.
Explain.
Anything is possible if I'm willing to put in the work for it.
Nice. Okay.
If you, like, there's so much discussion between new competitors and what division they fit in, right? There's fit model and wellness and bikini, and, you know, those are the 3 most popular because it takes time to be figure and it takes time to be physique, and you got to have a crazy skill set to do women's fitness, you know? So,
listen.
You know, so my hat goes off to those women, but if you are willing to put in the work, you can make anything happen. Mm-hmm. It might take you longer than someone else, but it is absolutely 100% possible. Just do the work. And people don't understand that sometimes it's really just that simple. It really is just that simple. Just fucking do the work. It's not about your emotions. It's not about your feelings. It's not about what you think. Just fucking show up and grind and work hard. And if you want to be bikini, do what you need to do to train your body into the ratios it needs for bikini. Mm-hmm. If you need to do wellness, then do what you need to do. I don't train upper body at all. My workouts are extremely fucking boring. It's the same shit 3 times a week. There's no variety.
Right.
I don't just wake up and like, whoa, it's back day. No, it's leg day again.
Yeah,
it's
you
leg
do
day
hella
again.
leg day.
I have cardio, and my cardio is legs, and I got leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not a break. It's not fun, but this is the job that I chose, and I am here for a purpose. I'm not here for my emotion.
What is that purpose?
Be the best version of me.
Okay.
You know, like, too many people look the same these days. Especially, I mean, when you think about when people compete, everyone's got a fucking red suit. Every female's got a fucking red suit, you know? Like, every female has lip injections and extensions and eyelash extensions. Like, where's the authenticity of who you are as a person? What makes you beautiful and unique as a person? And how do you harness that power and create it into something that you're just unapologetic about? And bodybuilding, it gives me the opportunity to do that on stage. I have a criteria to reach, but I get an opportunity to shine me.
Yes.
No one can be me. There's not another Amanda Weis out there, and they can't do the shit that I do the way that I do it.
Right.
You can have the recipe, but the sauce ain't gonna taste the same, you know?
Hey, clip that.
Hey. It's not gonna taste the same.
Listen.
You know, so
That's
being
fire.
just being on my own terms. I can't stress how powerful that is for a person, especially a woman who is told how beautiful is supposed to be. Women, I mean, I still get harassed on a regular basis about how I'm not feminine because muscles on women is not attractive. This should never be what people think is beautiful, or because I've taken steroids now that my hard work is, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone wants to have a reason to discredit you. So you need to do the work to make sure that you don't care about that.
It's a very judgmental sport, period, because we're
Everything
being
is, though.
judged, right? Yeah. So,
Especially with social media, the access to everything, there's judgment everywhere.
which is what I want to get into. How do you, not only as an athlete, but as a woman, deal with that aspect of the sport?
I have to really just focus on what I think is beautiful for me. Because at the end of the day, this is for me. I post on my close friends most of my prep. I don't post it on my public story because there's too much judgment, and I don't want to get into that space for me.
Yes.
I really want to keep this journey for just me and the people that I feel are great for my circle. And there's a lot of eyes just watching to see what I'm going to do next. And it could be that way for a lot of people too. You know, people just watch just to watch, just to say that they know what's going on. You know, and I don't want to give you that power. And oftentimes I have friends that are like, oh, this is meant for the public. And I'm like, no. Because the moment that I start posting for you, I lose it. I lose my why. And I'm not grinding like this for you. Are you serious? Like, I had a friend, an ex-friend, that told me she did a mock prep with me. Like that was supposed to mean something. That didn't mean shit. You weren't grinding the way I was grinding. You weren't suffering the way I was suffering. You weren't in my head when I was suffering and I needed to push through. So I'm sorry, but you doing a mock prep while I'm prepping does nothing for me.
Right.
It literally has nothing to do with me.
You did it for whatever you wanted to do it for.
Right. You're not supporting me because you're following a macro set like that. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Right.
That has nothing to do for me. So the moment I start moving in a way that's for other people, I've lost it.
So you mentioned something very important that I feel is very important. You only posting for your close friends. Talk to me a little bit about the connection you have with them and what that connection means to you, as not necessarily just in prep or bodybuilding, but just in general in life.
I mean, I just think that there's too much accessibility with social media, and too much of an individual's life is put out there for people to watch. And that's some point there needs to be boundaries, and you need to establish privacy for yourself. Now, it's not necessarily the people that are in my close friends that do something for me. It's just the fact that I'm in control of who's seeing it.
Okay.
You know, like I have a public page. Anybody could look at it anywhere. You don't even need an Instagram to see it. You could look at it online. You know, there's a lot of fake pages, a lot of weirdos. There's lots of weirdos. You know, and I want to be able to post my check-in pictures without feeling like someone's zooming into my asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's wild.
It gets like the messages I get.
I can hold
the
on.
messages that I get, I just like, you know, and so when I'm trying to figure out and navigate who I am in this newfound faith that I have, this journey with God that I've been on the last few years, there's conviction in how I show up in the social media aspect. There's conviction in the way that I choose my modeling. You know, there's conviction in the way that I display my my bodybuilding. And it might not always be something that is agreeable to other people who are also on that walk, but it doesn't necessarily matter. It's the conviction in my heart that makes me...
Hey, yo, check this out. For the first time ever in my life, I'm a published author. Here it is, Pain into Purpose, right here. The link is going to be posted below, man. I want y'all to go out and cop this. This is my work, my story, real time. Y'all going to learn how I've been able to turn my pain into my purpose. Y'all going to learn about the REACT model of how I've been able to go from resiliency, emotion, activity, connection, transition. And y'all going to learn about my beautiful pain, my beautiful struggle, and how I've been able to get to this point in my life. Pain and a Purpose, man. Please go out there, support, cop this, link below, and let me know what you think.
Second guess what I should be posting, what I shouldn't be posting, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. And because this can be so sexualized by so many people, it's not understood the way we understand it. You know, I don't want to feel uncomfortable with my progress. You know, I don't want to feel like people are also picking me apart because I'm an overthinker. So if I will sit there, I'll watch my story a million times. The amount of times that I watched my posing video from my last show and tore that shit apart. And everyone's like, oh, wow, you look crazy. And I'm like, look, I fucked up here. I'm walking really fast. You know, like, I am so analytical.
Her posing is flawless, by the way. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm very analytical, you know, so it's like, I don't want to be in that space or purposefully put myself in a position where I know I'm going to go that way.
Okay.
I need to do what I need to do to keep my peace and for me. And learning to establish boundaries, that's something I struggled with personal relationships, the way people treat me, emphasizing boundaries. You know, so I feel like posting to my close friends just helps me practice that.
Okay.
Keeping my boundaries up in a group where I'm comfortable in a safe space that I created for myself. You know, I'm not looking for someone else to create that safe space. I'm doing it for me.
Good.
And I'm creating progress with the people that I love, that I feel like should be a part of this journey. You know, and I feel like if it needs to be in a public standpoint, then I will post it publicly. But too much of life is public.
Yes,
and
I agree. Tell me a little bit more about your walk with God. You said you recently been on this faith walk, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
How does that help you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually?
So it kind of started back in 2020. I got baptized at that point. I guess I should actually back up. So in 2020, I started dating this guy. Turned out to be extremely abusive. And he was pointing guns in my face, threatening to shoot me, then putting guns in his mouth, threatening to shoot himself in front of me. He was strangling me till I passed out and had seizures, like beating me. It was very, very, very bad. I found out that same time that I had lymphoma, and I went through a few weeks of radiation treatment at the same time that I was ending this relationship. And that was the same year that I turned pro, actually. I hit remission in September, and I went straight into a prep because I was so mentally damaged. I needed something to hold on to, or I was going to lose it. I needed something to give me purpose, to give me focus, to give me stability, so that I could rebuild myself from the ground up, from the broken pieces. And so I got baptized, and shit just didn't go right, you know? And that's usually what happens. Like, the spiritual warfare after that is very intense.
Yes.
You know, the devil will do a lot to keep you in the old version of you, because that's where he feeds and thrives, you know? So I ended up getting into another relationship a couple years later that was also very abusive, just in different ways, very emotionally, intimately, and mentally abusive. And I didn't want to repeat that trauma anymore, that cycle. I don't want to keep finding people that treat me like crap and holding on to them because I love them. I needed to find the light in the end of the tunnel before I drowned. And so I started going to church all the time, whatever they had available. I was flooding myself with it. I didn't know. I grew up in a Christian household. My mom always prayed. We went to church, and it was very much like a part of my life, but it wasn't something that I had a personal relationship with.
Right.
And it was the trauma from those moments of suffering that really sat me down humbly in front of God. And he transformed me, transformed my heart, the way I speak to people, the way I speak to myself. And I've learned to step into a space of gratitude. My 50 bricks feels like 5 now.
Wow, that's amazing.
It feels like 5. And when things happen, it doesn't feel so heavy. And there's peace in the chaos all the time. And there's things that I've just learned about God, about Jesus, and the way that he sacrificed himself for us. And to know that pain that a person experienced that was perfect.
Wow.
To know that he was torn apart and disrespected in ways that I could never imagine. For me, I have no choice but to show up as the best version of myself because he gave me that power. He gave me that protection. He gave me that safe space. And he gave me the ability to transform because when I followed him, when I was obedient, my life changed dramatically. Like the relationships that I was holding were different. My business started to flourish. The way I was a disciple to the people in my life and their lives changed. And the way I can impact people changed. And I want to do that in so many ways on such grander schemes than where I'm at right now. To know that I have had someone protecting me out of all the things that I've been through because he believed that I had a purpose. That's what gave me more fire because God said I have a purpose. Because when I was strangled and almost died, he woke me up. Because when I fell asleep behind the wheel and drove my car off a freeway, I was put in a bed of roses. I can't explain the things that I've experienced and come out the other side. I have no idea why I was chosen to give another life. But I do have another life. I have another opportunity, and I need to make sure that I'm living to the best of my abilities for that.
Yes.
I need to turn around and help someone else climb their mountain. That's what my safe space is for. To teach them to climb their mountain, to help them stand on their own, to show them that they're also powerful because there's too much pain in this world, too much hate and anger, too much envy. We can all be great. There's enough room and food for us to all to eat. And if you can just learn how powerful you are as a person, because I took a moment to share kindness, then you can do that for someone else. And the domino effect may be just more profound than I can imagine.
Yes.
But this walk has just been enlightening.
That is so dope. Like, super powerful. I commend you on that.
Thank you.
I'm kind of in awe right now. That's so dope.
Thank you. I'm in a
and
great
I noticed
space.
you have posted a lot about your walk. Like I have noticed you post a lot about that. And I think it's very commendable.
Thank you.
So, because that can be a judgmental space too.
It can be.
for
You
a
say
lot
that
of
you're
people.
a Christian or you follow God, and now
Yes.
there's this specific way that you're supposed to be. Now you're perfect.
Right.
I'm so flawed. I'm so
Listen,
flawed. But
we all are.
that's the thing is I can sit in my flaws, and I can be
Yes.
okay with figuring out what I need to do to be better. You know.
So, what does Amanda, this new version of her, what would you tell yourself 20 years ago? What advice would you give yourself?
It's gonna get really hard, but you can handle it. You're enough. That's it. You're enough. No matter what you think, no matter what you feel, you're enough.
Yes.
I didn't think that back then, but now I do. So
How long did it take for you to get there?
really long time. I was very abused as a child, So, like this journey has taken me almost my whole life. I had to go through many different phases. I went from a people pleaser to depressed to athlete to superhero to, I've hit every phase. I just didn't quit. Because again, it was life or death for me.
And my last question would be the phrase pain into purpose. When I say that, what does that mean to you? If anything.
It's hard to find your purpose without the pain. It's one of those things that you can't avoid. There's discomfort and growth, and you die in your comfort zone. Only dead fish go with the flow, So if
That's a
you
bar.
can't, if you can't suffer, if you can't sit in your pain, if you haven't gone through anything difficult or hard, how would you ever value what you get on the other side? You never had to work for it. You never had to grind for it. You never had to just build it from nothing. It was just given to you. Everything was just given to you. How would you ever value it? There is no value.
Facts.
It's through the suffering that I found my relationship with God, which gave me purpose. It is through my pain that I'm able to turn my testimony into powerful statements for other people. You can't make it to the top of the mountain without falling down a couple times. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. Your progress doesn't look like this. It's like this and like this.
It's never linear, ever.
It is the most fucked up line you would ever see in your life.
Seriously, though.
Pain helps you find your purpose. If you're willing to sit in it long enough.
Yo, before I start crying up in here, listen, Amanda, thank you so much. I think beautiful struggle.
Thank you.
I don't say that lightly. I know there's a lot more we could have gotten into, but I feel like your core following is going to hear this and see the passion of which you speak to, and a lot of the resiliency and the strength that you've had to even get to today. Again, like you're 2 weeks out,
Yeah.
and in here voicing yourself about, again, I'm gonna coin this as a beautiful struggle.
Thank you.
So I appreciate you, one, for you being 2 weeks out and even coming here, sitting here, because I know what it feels like to be in that seat. So
I still got cardio after this too.
Jesus.
One
But
day it's been wild. But
when's what show are you doing next before we end?
so I'll be doing I think it's Texas Republic,
Oh, word. Okay.
July 11th.
Yeah, that has pay-per-view, so I'll be watching.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
excited. I really love Galvanized Production. They do a great job with their whole setup for professional athletes.
That's what's up. Well, listen, I'm on the fence about this year. I got a bunch of stuff I'm getting into, but I'll be rooting for you for sure. You definitely have a fan for me, and thank you again so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, we out. See y'all on the next one. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Hey, yo, check this out. For the first time ever in my life, I'm a published author. Here it is, Pain into Purpose, right here. The link is going to be posted below, man. I want y'all to go out and cop this. This is my work, my story, real time. Y'all going to learn how I've been able to turn my pain into my purpose. Y'all going to learn about the REACT model of how I've been able to go from resiliency, emotion, activity, connection, transition. And y'all going to learn about my beautiful pain, my beautiful struggle, and how I've been able to get to this point in my life. Pain and a purpose, man. Please go out there, support, cop this, link below, and let me know what you think.